It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. It is Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It's Wednesday, October the 15th. Right. Whoo, baby, I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good. Good night's sleep. It's all in front of me today, and I'm alongside Paul Fletcher.
Wow, I'm happy to hear all of that. Welcome to Hump Day.
Man, it's working so far. Ryder?
But it's all fine, and I'm fine, and my brother's fine, and boppity bop.
Boppity bop. Everything's fine.
Boppity poppity pop.
Yes.
Pitty pop.
It's a big tree. It was a real big tree.
Alec Baldwin ain't got no buddy. He's just a gigolo. He knows what I'm talking about, Diamond Dave.
Boppity bop.
Let's move along, shall we? I'm feeling Minnesota Paul Fletcher, so let me have some headlines.
All right, well, you're always looking for places to golf, so I thought I would bring this up because if you didn't get enough of it during the summer, you can do it during the winter. I believe a brand new year-round golf entertainment complex complete with a full-service restaurant is now open near Mystic Lake. It's called the Launch Pad. 2-story, 25,000 square foot complex featuring 160,000 square foot driving range, 40 heated golf suites, over 50 televisions, 2 bars, and a full service restaurant.
Fair enough. I love that some people looked at Topgolf and went, yeah, I'll do that. I'll just change it and make it winter friendly, and then we're off and running. Way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your Howl Owl Howl bandmate, Darius Rucker, went golfing with Bill frickin' Murray. Did you hear about this? And Bill Murray's chatting about it.
He used to be an exciting golfer.
Yes.
That's a term we use.
That's a good word.
But he's played a lot of golf because he's a professional musician. I played with him at a place where formerly I spent a lot of time taking burrs and ticks out of my body looking for his ball. But suddenly he shot like 75 or something.
75 that day, yeah.
So he's a better golfer right now. But I want you to know, I shot 75 at the old course last Sunday.
No way.
Yeah.
That's playing your ball right there.
Two guys shooting in the mid-70s, and Bill Murray's in his mid-70s.
Yeah.
So that's impressive.
It really is.
Darius is a 1 handicap now.
Oh, really?
He's ridiculous.
That's playing your ball right there.
Yeah, no kidding. They're old buddies. They both live in Charleston, so they spend a lot of time together.
Okay.
I said to Darius once, I said, do you play 7 days a week? He goes, no, I play 6 days a week. I go, why don't you play 7? He goes, because then it would mean I have a problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember the one time I shot an 88. Felt pretty good.
You should feel pretty good.
Sure.
One time.
Hey,
one time.
By the way, if you break 90, you have played a round of golf that over 95% of everyone who's ever played cannot even imagine.
Sure.
Yep.
To just be bad at golf, you're better than most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's very true.
A group of rafters on the Snake River in Idaho were cited for mooning and flashing passing boats. At least one of the boats had a child on board.
Oh, no!
The Nez Perce...
Not a kid.
No, a child who's naked all the time.
Saw a butt.
The Nez Perce County Sheriff's Office responded after getting calls about the lewd activity. They caught up with the rafts and cited 9 people with misdemeanors. The Sheriff's Office says there's been an uptick of flashing on boats. They added that they have a zero-tolerance policy and deputies will go after violators.
Don't you look at those body parts. There's nothing natural about the human body.
Yeah.
No butts.
No butt.
No
Man.
butts.
All right.
Mick Jagger tried to buy the film rights to Rocky Horror Picture Show once upon a time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He also thought his rebellious image and style in the 60s and 70s made him a good fit to play Dr. Frankenfurter.
Oh, I could see that.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mick
I
Jagger
mean-
and some fishnets?
Yeah, sure.
I think he could pull it off.
I was thinking it'd be more like, what's the... I've got one thing to say. Damn it, Janet. I love you. I can see him. Come on, Mick. That would have been great.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up just because I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. I mean, Mick Jagger would have been perfect.
Hey, man, he's always looking around for new projects.
Oh, yeah.
After teasing some kind of return since October 5th, the Bob Mould has brought Sugar back together. The band just released their first song in 30 years.
Released their first song in how many years?
30 years.
Good Lord.
House of Dead Memories available now. Also of interest, they've got 4 shows scheduled for 2026, 2 in New York, 2 in London. So I bring that up because maybe we could get some local shows.
I got to imagine they'll swing through.
I hope so.
Come on,
Or
we're
else
right
I'm
in the
gonna
middle
have
of
to go to freaking New York.
We're right in the middle of New York and London. If you don't look at the map too closely.
Sure. We're the epicenter of sugar, most importantly. So, make it happen. Should Adultoween be a thing? You know what? I can't stand it when we make up words like that.
Okay.
Like adulting. Adultoween. People want it to be a thing.
I don't know what are you saying?
There's a new poll that found over half of adults think grown-ups should get their own night to celebrate Halloween without involving the kids.
For God's sakes, it's called every night of the year. You're an adult. Do what you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of remember I said in our previous house in our previous neighborhood we used to have parties all the time?
Yeah.
Once leading up to Halloween, we had a Halloween-themed party.
Okay.
Isn't that what this is?
For the adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there weren't any kids.
I have some friends who do trick or drinking.
Nice.
So, you go around to your buddy's house and you knock, and you might be there with the kids, or you might be there flying solo, and then they give you a drink.
Yeah, we don't need to
shot.
designate this officially. It's like you and your friends just do what you're going to do around the Halloween time. But basically, once the clocks go back, once the leaves turn, aren't we having cocktails all the damn time anyway?
Oh, yeah.
As a general rule? Come on, people.
This poll also said 62%, this line just drives me nuts. 62% think, quote, it's as much for adults as it is for children.
I went to an awesome Halloween party. It was 30 years ago. It was exactly 30 years ago, 1995. I haven't thought about this in forever. It was just a giant. Somebody had a room they rented or something. It was like in a warehouse, and it was like 300 adults all in costume. It was Halloween night. No one had kids yet, and it was great. But it wasn't like we were saying we're taking it back for It was just what you do as adults. And my cousin won the costume award. And you know what his costume was? I'll just tell you what he did.
Yeah.
He had a big oversized sweatshirt.
Okay.
He stuffed a pillow in it and walked around with a harmonica. 1995. Who was he?
I don't know.
The guy from Blues Traveler.
Oh, really?
That was it. He just had a giant pillow, like a beanbag, a ginormous tank on him, and walked around with a harmonica. That was the entirety of it, and everyone immediately was like, oh, that's amazing.
Blues Traveler dude was actually my first thought, and I'm like, no, he would have worn a vest and some kind of weird hat.
No, if you were trying,
you
were trying, he would have. But back in the day, if you had a harmonica and a tank on you, there was only one thing you could be.
That's 100% correct.
Nice.
Very true.
Doesn't hurt to have 8 harmonicas, actually.
No, it doesn't.
John Hopper. Well, this weekend is MEA weekend. I promise every parent is very aware. MSP Airport expects the travel increase to start today with a roughly 20% uptick. You couple that with the government shutdown, might want to get to the airport way early if you are brave enough to travel this weekend. In fact, I just read an update this morning is off to a smooth start. So far,
good news.
We're good. Make sure the kids' devices are charged, though, just in case you're stuck sitting. An ancient fault in upstate New York shook things up yesterday. The USGS detected a magnitude 2.6 earthquake Monday, 10:40 our time, just outside of Chazy, which is south of Montreal. Locals across the Lake Champlain Valley, including Plattsburgh and Alberg in Vermont, felt the tremor, which lasted just a few seconds.
I was so shook. I was beyond shook.
Pretty much.
There you go.
When you feel a tremor in a place that's not known for tremors, it's really unsettling. Because
sure.
I can tell you what, Memphis, Tennessee lies on the largest inactive fault in America.
Wow.
And every now and again, Western Tennessee, Western Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, you'll get a little something and you're like, what on God's green earth was that? Very uncool.
Yeah. I mean, in California, you might be, it probably doesn't throw you too much, but
you don't question it.
Tennessee,
if you're in
New York,
Oof.
It sounds like we might go back to the beginning again next year. Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne's business entity has registered the name Back to the Beginning in the U.S. for entertainment services in the nature of live musical performance. That was the wording. It's led to speculation of an annual tradition.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, right?
I say I'm not being cynical or anything, but I'm saying this. Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Sharon does not miss a beat.
No.
And I'm sure that was with Ozzy's blessing, and she should absolutely do that. I think if once a year a bunch of people want to get together and raise a glass to Ozzy Osbourne and rock out doing it, what could be better than that?
Absolutely. Maybe one here in the U.S. and maybe one back in his hometown. It'd be great.
Yep.
Celebrate his legacy. Some childhood fears are pretty silly to look back on. I mean, monsters hiding under the bed. Clowns continue into adulthood. Sometimes the abasement continues into adulthood. But now a new survey says that being afraid of the dark continues into adulthood. 29% of American adults admit they're still afraid of the dark. I mean, it can get a little eerie at times. Like I'll say I've had moments where it's like, your mind starts. You feel like you hear something, and your mind starts playing tricks on you.
When I can't see anything, when I wake up in a darkened room and you're a little confused, like if you're on the road or you're staying at a friend's house and you wake up and you can't see anything, I'm always comforted by at least I have the tinnitus, and so my ears are going, ooh, and so that makes it even creepier.
Yeah,
it's a woo for you.
Yeah.
Mine's just a high pitched like I don't know, ringing. I guess constant ringing.
No, it's like an owl or a gong in the distance. Cool. At least I can't see or hear.
Comforting.
Yeah. That's nice. If you can't hear the monsters, they can't be there.
Listen,
right?
guys, if you want to sneak up on me, it's real easy. just letting you know.
Hey, 24% say they sleep with a nightlight. Either of you?
No.
You
Can't
know,
do it.
I did, Mr. Ryder was in Vegas this weekend. I did watch Monsters, the Ed Gein story.
Oof.
And
Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing. But it was the middle of episode 4. I had to just shut it off in the middle and left the light on.
I didn't. Rosemary finished it. I got 5 episodes in. I said, I'm just genuinely, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah, once you're 5 episodes in, you're kind of down the hump.
No.
Like it's much less intense on the downside.
We were in the middle of 5, and I said, hey, you know what? If this were a wrestling match, I'd be tapping out. Okay. If this were UFC, I'd be going, wow, 3 of those on the. I don't know, something about it, and I've never had. I can't anymore. I'm done.
It's just even in the way that he talks. Like I haven't even finished episode 1.
I'm impressed that you got all the way through it, right?
Dude, 6 and 7 are way easier.
Okay, but
than the whole rest of the thing.
Yeah, I just couldn't. Anyway.
I'm not the horror guy in this group, right?
Yeah, no.
But I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't get through 1. I don't think I'm going to go back.
Fair enough.
It happened.
Let's talk sports, shall we?
Yeah.
The Minnesota Wild. Listen. 5-on-5 hockey has its challenges. We all know that.
It's the most important part of the game, actually.
Well, there is that, too. But we haven't had a 5-on-5 goal since the opener in St. Louis.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But that power play, look out, ladies and gentlemen. It's badass. 9 straight goals from the power play. That's third all-time in NHL history.
There we go.
Guys, we got to dial it back and get a regulation play, free-flowing goal or 2 between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, 2 would be great. Maybe even 3.
Last night, they went down to Dallas, the Wild. They lost to the Stars. Now, it was 5-2. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let the score fool you. It was 3-2 late. There was a couple of empty netters as they made a furious comeback. And look, they were right in the game throughout, but it was just one of those things that didn't go their way. What about Jake Ottinger? 39 saves. Lakeville boy,
one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
So yeah.
By the way, he went ahead and moved his lifelong record against the Wild to 8-0-3.
Yeah.
Never lost to the hometown Wild.
He has not, yeah.
This is kind of a mind-boggling thing. The 9 straight goals from the power play. I mean,
really
on one
is.
hand, it's like I love that the power play is so effective, but we got to balance it off. However, Kaprizov leading the league with 9 points right now.
Yep.
Boldy, first guy in team history to score in the first 4 games of the season.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, there's a couple of good things happening.
The high end of the team is really, really good. And the young kid, Zeev Buyam, on the blue line, I believe he's got points in 3 straight games now.
Yeah. Pretty great.
He's really like woke up his. The bad news is the Wild need to figure out how to put a complete game together.
Yep.
Okay, because you know what I mean. There were periods that were bad against the Kings, but the good news is they were down 3-0 in Dallas on the second night of a back-to-back. And they managed to at least make a comeback and make it interesting.
So much for my pick that the Milwaukee Brewers will be in the World Series, because right now that $500 million payroll for the Dodgers has shown up twice in a row.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 nights ago, Blake Snell went 8 innings of basically perfect baseball on the mound for L.A. Last night in Milwaukee, Yoshinobu Yamamoto threw a complete game in a playoff.
Man.
The last time I saw a Major League Baseball player throw a complete game was like 1997, and that was a regular season game, in person, I'm saying.
Yeah.
An incredible performance, 5-1 win over the Brewers. It's insane right now that the Dodgers, what they've done in 2 games. Now, the Dodgers bullpen is the worst still playing, but those starters are for real. Mm-hmm. They're going back to Dodger Stadium with a 2-0 lead. Sorry, Milwaukee. This is looking precarious.
Have the Dodgers bought back-to-back World Series?
Have they what?
Have they bought back-to-back
They
World
have,
Series,
very,
basically?
very, very likely.
Okay.
I don't think anybody wants to be in Chavez Ravine in October playing them down 2 games to nothing.
No.
Call me crazy. Hey, Egan. What are you doing, Egan?
We had a blast in Egan.
Yeah, we did have a blast in Egan.
Yeah.
We did, didn't we?
Ball
yeah.
man
Yeah.
last Thursday.
Yeah.
Glad to have you with us, Egan. As per usual. As per usual. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, guys. I don't mind washing my hands. I enjoy it.
Good for you.
Makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And but before COVID, before we all learned how to wash our hands for 20 seconds at a time, used to be kind of slack about it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Really?
Super slack, actually.
Used to let it slide. Let's
Yeah.
discuss washing hands. Let's discuss not washing hands.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Let's talk about the rest of the day around here. At a little after 7, Paul McCartney tickets will be given away.
Game on.
Yeah, damn straight they will be. At 7:25, we're going to give away tickets to a show at First Ave, the Michael Shannon REM show in March. Sam Ekstrom's going to call in at 8:25 and give us all plenty of reasons to feel great about the game against the Eagles on Sunday.
Can't wait.
Or not. And in the meantime, we'll listen to some great music and,
Hang out and stuff?
shoot the bull, as they say on commercial radio.
Fire away.
I think you buried the lead that it's Beat the Jock today.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, just
Fair
put that in my
enough.
head. I was having a perfectly good morning until now.
Fair enough. We will. We'll give it a shot. We'll see if we can't be beat. What am I trying to say?
We can.
You
know what?
can't beat our jock.
Yeah, let's. What?
I mean, the listeners have proven they can, in fact, beat the jock and do it quite regularly.
Yeah, there's a cheer in there. BEBEATDH. Beat the jock. Yeah. All right, I'm going to get to work on that one.
Ryder doesn't need to sound so happy about it. That's all I'm saying. She sounds so satisfied.
It happens.
Yeah.
Restrooms, public restrooms. I'm not going to ask you what you do in the privacy of your own home. That's not my business. However, we're all out. We're seeing Michael Shannon. It's March. It's 2026. We're at First Ave, and we go to the restroom. Do we always wash our hands, regardless of what we've already done up to that point in that restroom? Ryder.
I mean, I'm saying yes, as long as the restroom is fully stocked
Right.
with soap and paper towels and all that kind of stuff. The only time I might not, and I would still wet my hands, is if the things aren't there. The response that I always hear from dudes who say they don't wash their hands is, "Yeah, I didn't pee on my hand."
Yeah, sure. Well, that's very true. That's
I
usually.
don't know, man.
I can tell you this: if I do pee on my hand, there's a 100% chance I'm going to wash my hands. I'm just saying, because it has happened.
That's good to
Let's
hear.
not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes your aim is off and you're just hammered. But it's I like what you said, because I do look to see if there's a paper towel and or a hand blower dryer
Same.
thing.
Yeah.
When there's neither, clearly, I don't like the wet. Because then you get wet hands, then you wipe them on your jeans, which are nasty because they're out bumping into people in the club and having other stuff
Might as
spilled
well
on them.
not wash your
and
hands.
so it's like, oh, screw it, I'll just be extra careful. I mean, I do, and I realize I'm not consciously thinking any of this. It's all immediate, personal central nervous system, algorithmic game time decisions. Bing, bang, boom. Fletcher, percentage of times you do not wash your hands in a public restroom.
Percentage of times I don't.
Yeah.
It's very low.
Very low.
Prior to the pandemic, would have been much higher. I'd say
Right.
50-50 back in the day.
50-50?
Yeah,
Probably.
sure.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, it's
Sure.
like it's really easy to down your shorts and just, go hands free and just get those, you know what I mean? And get your pee out and not get anywhere near.
Okay,
Hands,
but
wait,
hang
I didn't
on.
even know that was an option.
Hands free is one thing, but you just went like spread it. You just went
Well,
like
I mean, I
arms
was
extended. Do
over-
you go
Chris
spread
went
eagle
all
standing at a
arms
urinal?
extended.
Yeah, I tap the guys next to me on their ass, say, "Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Nice work."
Ladies
No.
and gentlemen, I have arrived. Dun, dun, dun. You look like the crucifix statue in Rio de Janeiro.
But there's so much,
Yes.
dude, there's so much splash and so much other stuff you've
Yeah.
been doing, and who knows what you've
That's right.
touched. And yeah, during the pandemic, I adopted the whole. Remember, Brandon Flowers made it a thing to sing the chorus of Mr. Brightside. Well, that to get your 20 seconds of hand washing.
I just heard Happy
Sure.
Birthday twice. I never heard the Mr. Bright.
Oh,
I would have
yeah.
preferred Brightside going.
Mr. Brightside, yeah. So that's my thing now.
I too. I definitely got my hand washing game together. Far more importantly, I stopped biting my nails. It took a global
Oh.
pandemic to
Yeah.
get this
Okay.
idiot to stop biting his fingernails like there was
Same.
no tomorrow.
Wow, I did
Man,
the same thing.
I love having fingernails. I had no idea what I was missing out on all
Very
those years.
useful.
You can actually itch an itch. You can scratch an itch.
You can scratch. I can get that knot out of my shoelace. It's incredible the
Yeah.
things I don't know how I
Help the-
managed
help
without
the kids.
nails. It's kind of a fundamental part of having hands.
A hand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I'm amazed that we have that bond now because I did the exact same thing. Whole life of biting nails.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I have a quick question for you. I want you to think about this. Whatever your pursuit is, whatever you do for a living, and we can think about it right here. There's the old adage: never trust a skinny food critic.
Really?
Okay.
Makes perfect sense. If you're criticizing, if you're critiquing, if you're reviewing food for a living, shouldn't you have a little paunch at least?
I would think so.
No.
Shouldn't there be a little something hanging over the belt loop?
No.
No?
Because
Why?
because if you're reviewing good food, you're probably eating relatively healthy.
Oh, for the love of God, what's wrong with you?
Really? People reviewing deep fried ranch you think are eating
Come on.
relatively healthy?
Who said it had to be good food?
It doesn't have to
Look
be
at all these-
good for you. It
look
just
at-
got to be tasty.
Look at all the professional eaters. Almost none of them are fat.
Yeah, but that's a whole different vibe. I'm talking about food critics, man.
They're eating more than critics.
It's like
They're eating hot
it's like
dogs.
when you go to a wine tasting, you're supposed to spit it out. Stop. That's I don't care about how it tastes. I care about how it tastes, followed by how I feel.
Yes.
Right.
And that involves swallowing and keeping it down. But in every field, there's a hey, you can't trust this guy. What is it for radio? You can't trust a radio guy if what?
Never trust a radio guy who went to school for it.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Having
Okay.
having crashed in the side door in my 40s, I can get along with that
Yeah,
one.
good for you.
But Ryder,
if you're like in management, I would say never trust anyone who hasn't cracked open a microphone.
ooh,
Yeah.
And
sure.
there are starting to be some of those people. And I would tell people when I was training them, you're not a real DJ if you can't take a transmitter reading and push the buttons on the board.
Ooh.
So,
You know what, though? I don't think I could do that anymore. Used to have to do it all the time.
Really?
But I haven't had to do it in 15 years.
I
probably.
learned I used to know more about radio technical stuff when I was a kid. My dad ran a radio station when I was in high school.
Yes.
And back then, I was pretty handy around the old station. When I started actually doing this myself, the technology had passed me by.
I mean, it's a lot like cars. Back in the day, you could work on your own car pretty
Exactly.
easily.
Yeah.
Now you need a diagnostic system
That's
to
very
plug
true.
it into, and
It's
there's
true.
a lot of computery junk.
The first band I was in, when I dropped out of college and I moved down and started a band with friends, I knew I was in the wrong band early on. When my guitar player, the guy sort of crafting the songs and a huge part of the architecture of what this band was going to be, I noticed he doesn't seem to notice when his guitar's out of tune.
Ooh.
What?
Okay, yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
ask about that.
Oh, yeah.
If there's a drummer one.
Don't get me started.
Gotta set up your own kit, I'm guessing.
I was like, we're rehearsing, we're getting it going. We had some good songs. I mean, cool song. The band was it was turning into a kind of a thing right away. It felt good, but I was like, hey, that sounds a little weird, doesn't it? And the bass player would be like, yeah, man, you're out here, and he'd hit a note, and I would watch my guitar player, and he'd be like, down, 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 down. He'd be doing the tuning thing, and I'd be like, you just went past it. I'm like, how do I have an ear? What the hell's happening here? Which I always have. I do have an ear. Now, I'm not the more I sing, the better I sing. I know when I'm out of tune. I mean, I don't sing enough to make it consistent, but my point is I do hear pitch. I do hear things sharp and flat and everything in between. And I was like, wait, you're the guitarist.
Yeah.
And then I would notice he would actually hand the guitar to the bass player and he would tune it for him. And I was like, okay, hold on.
That's not good.
Now this guy's got a lot of great skills, but the ear is kind of important. I don't know. Call me crazy.
Super important. That's the whole reason I largely don't sing is because I can hear. I can hear myself and go, "Yep, you shouldn't be singing."
That was always one. As far as drumming goes, oh my God, don't trust drummers.
Really?
Let's just leave it there.
Okay.
What kind of knucklehead thinks that looks fun?
We did get one text. John from Stacy says, "Never trust a truck driver that doesn't have hemorrhoids."
Well,
That's
there
a
you
drummer
go.
one too. Hey, when you sit for a living and you work hard and you're traveling and you're in a van your whole life, let me tell you something. One day you wake up and go, why does this feel weird?
Yeah.
Oh, 651-989-989-ROCK. 651-989-ROCK is the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line. What is your don't trust a skinny food critic? Let's have them. I have found myself flying over the years. And I have said this to people at customs who are making me late. Have you ever gone anywhere in your life and they don't like it when you ask them that?
Ooh,
No, I
yeah.
can't
I'm like,
imagine.
I'm sorry, you're the guy responsible for welcoming me back to the country and you've never been anywhere? What do you know? It's like when you obviously have a waiter at a restaurant who doesn't eat at restaurants. It's like,
right, yeah.
And I get it if they're a college kid. They're getting it up. But sometimes, I'm like, dude, have you never been in a seat like me? What are you talking about? That's the kind of stuff absolutely drives me crazy.
Basically, you're saying walk the walk is what you're saying.
You got to walk the walk, man. I like this one. And my wife's father and both brothers were all electricians.
Okay.
These are IBEW men. These are lifelong electricians.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I said to Mikey, my brother-in-law, once, I said, so you've probably never been shocked. He goes, dude, don't ever get an electrician who hasn't been shocked.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense. He goes, oh, yeah. Anybody that says they've never been shocked hasn't done the job. He goes, there's a lot of things you just have to learn by going, dow, and I was like, okay. Yeah, I kind of dig that one. Don't trust an electrician. But then there's also don't trust an electrician who doesn't have eyebrows. That's another one.
Well, there is that.
Because there's a happy medium.
Shocked is one thing. Yeah. No eyebrows, that's
Singed
another.
is another, yes.
Here's a good one. Don't trust a plumber who bites his nails.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I get that one.
Oh, yeah,
That's
gross.
good. That's a good one.
That's a little bit much.
Yeah, fair enough.
Paula just texted in, don't trust a pale lifeguard.
Don't trust a pale lifeguard. Fair enough.
Kimberly gave us, never trust a politician who's never had a real job.
Okay, that checks out.
I think we could have just...
babies.
I thought we could have just ended after politician. Never trust a politician.
There's that.
Never trust, how about this one? Never trust a guitar player with a guitar with no scratches on it.
Sure, I can see that. Yeah, got to get out there and get some work done on that bad boy.
Never trust a firefighter with perfectly clean turnout gear. Well, they could just be tidy.
Yeah, they could be tidy.
Really? No, they're just sitting on the truck while the other guys are doing the life-saving.
Yeah, that's true, though. Hey, it's probably tough to get soot
I just want to hear more about that Big ziti recipe. Every time I see something about firefighters, I always talk about, there's that one guy, he's the best cook. They always got that food going. It always looks great, too.
Yeah, well, it's because it's got a bunch of dudes coming together and just cooking for each other. Very, very true.
651-989-ROCK. Have we got any more coming in? I'm just trying to look around. There's go ahead.
We got one from Bob. It says, "Don't trust a pastor who wears expensive shoes and watches."
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of agree.
From the donation plate.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, you don't need Jordans, man. Just
okay.
Spread the word.
Completing the circle. Don't trust a principal who is never a teacher. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's very much like a don't trust a program director who's never cracked a mic kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
If you haven't been in the trenches, man, how do you really know?
All right, more than fair. All right, we got a lot going on here today. We are not that far away from giving away Paul McCartney tickets. Right?
It is last call on Paul McCartney tickets.
Did we mention Paul McCartney's playing in town on Friday night? Did we ever mention that yet?
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, over at the old stadium right there.
Little small. Oh, not a little small gig. Big one, huh?
Gonna put on a show full of songs that you've heard a billion times and you can't wait to hear again.
Right.
It's kind of weird how that works with him. You know? Kind of a superpower.
Yeah.
Moving on, shall we? Paul McCartney, U.S. Bank Stadium. We got tickets. We want to give them away. We're going to play Twin City Civil War. You know how this works. We take an East Sider and a West Sider, and we put them in the squared circle together, and they battle it out with trivia. So let's get to it. First up, we have, from the west side of things, Brian in St. Louis Park. Brian, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Brian.
Are you ready for a little Civil War, Brody?
Oh, well, we'll give it a shot.
All right.
Come on, confidence.
If you know the answer before I have finished talking, go ahead and blurt it out. If you want me to go on to the next question, simply say pass.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we got 60 seconds on the clock. Ready, set, go.
MEA break is shorthand for a conference that takes place every year near the end of October for Minnesotans in which profession?
Teaching.
Despite the relationship between these superstar musicians, Paul McCartney felt betrayed when what artist, known as the King of Pop, bought the rights to the Beatles catalog in 1985?
Michael Jackson.
For the 50th year in a row, the Guthrie Theater will perform what Charles Dickens classic starting next month?
Purple Rain.
Closing its doors more than 20 years ago, what Minnesota-based chain restaurant featuring fried ice cream reopened a new location in St. Louis Park last Monday?
Chi-Chi's.
What Hibbing-born musician cites a Buddy Holly concert in Duluth days before Holly died in a plane crash?
Bob Dylan.
The owner's original application to sell frozen yogurt was rejected more than 40 years ago. What current Minnesota State Fair vendor sells cookies by the bucket and brings in over $4 million annually?
Sweet Martha's.
The salted nut roll, bit of honey, and nut goodie are candies created by what Minnesota company? Oh, man. He had it, but it was after the buzzer. But
did.
man, Brian showed up ready to rock this morning.
Yeah, we got 5 correct. Very, very well done.
Nice.
The Charles Dickens classic is not Purple Rain.
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens didn't write that one. Yeah, that was Scrooge. But that's the only one you got wrong, Brian. You did well.
A Christmas Carol.
Oh, Christmas Carol.
Is the
Sorry,
name
yes.
of it. All right.
A Christmas Carol.
Hang on.
Brian, great job. 5 is as good as it gets around here for this game, generally speaking.
Yeah.
So you're in good shape. Sit tight. We're going to move on to the east side. We got Matt in Rosemount. Matt, good morning.
Morning.
Ready to play a little Twin Cities Civil War?
Yeah.
All right. If you know the answer, go ahead and blurt it out. Don't wait for me to finish the question. And if you don't like the question, say pass and we'll move on.
Okay. You got 60 seconds. It starts right now.
Magic comedy duo Penn and Teller returned to what annual event in Shakopee this summer to celebrate 50 years performing,
Festival.
bringing his motto, row the boat, with him from Western Michigan, who began coaching the U of Minnesota Gopher football team in 2017? We're moving on. Then named The Depot, Joe Cocker performed 2 nights in April of 1970 at the opening of a music venue in downtown Minneapolis, currently known as?
First Avenue.
Abbreviated as MST3K. What TV show featured comedian Joel Hodgson as a janitor trapped in
Mystery
space?
Science Theater 3000.
When the Mall of America opened in 1992, what theme park featured the rides Kite Eating Tree
Camp
and
Snoopy.
Born in Mendota Heights, Anne Bancroft was the first female to explore across these 2 locations, one by dog sled and the other on skis.
Pass.
A brand name often used interchangeably with inline skates. What sporting goods company started under the name?
Rollerblade.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy smokes. We got some
Man.
ballers here this morning.
I tell you what happened. It just came from behind, basically, to tie this thing and send it to overtime. The ones you did miss, though, PJ Fleck is the coach of the University of Minnesota.
Yeah, I knew that.
Row the Boat Gophers. And the exploration on skis was the North and South Poles.
Holy smokes. That is great work, Matt.
Yep.
And Brian.
5
both.
to 5. Yes, we go to OT.
Spectacular. We got ourselves a tiebreaker, and all eyes turn to Ryder.
Okay, everybody should be back on the phone right now. We'll take Brian's guess first. And it's not closest without going over. It's just closest. In what date did Minnesota become a state?
Brian?
1868.
1868. All right, Matt, what do you think?
1867.
What we got, Ryder?
The answer is May 11th, 1858. Matt is closer.
Matt got that
Ah.
one. 1858.
God,
Boy.
that's so close.
Brian, for what it's worth, I mean, I know there's no moral victories in life. Well, I guess there are in life. But man, it is tough. That is a great effort on your part. It's a tough one to say. Not quite enough for the tickets. But Matt, to you, sir, congratulations.
And Matt, congratulations to Matt from Rosemount. He evens it up for the east side. We've now got a 5-5 all-time score of the
Like that
Twin
one.
Cities Civil War, baby.
Fair enough. Gentlemen, both of you, really well done.
both of you.
Ah, man, that was tough.
Yeah, those are some tough questions. If I'd have been the person on the phone playing from Paul McCartney tickets,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have done as well as either of them.
All right, we're ready to play Beat the Jock. We're ready to play.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
I may have broken the phones.
Oh,
Wow.
that's not ideal.
I'm just going to throw that out there. We may have fried the phones trying to give away Paul McCartney tickets, and they might be slightly out of commission.
There were lights flashing that I don't normally see, and I don't see smoke yet, but
I
I'm
know.
waiting for that to happen.
The funny smell. Okay, so we'll just do a Steve versus Paul little beat the jock face off.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. You will still throw up 20 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
We're gonna make Fletcher go first. So Steve, get rid of the headphones. Knock it off with the cans.
Yeah, turn them down too.
All right, here we go.
This guy's ears plugged too.
Good for him. Okay, Fletcher, the category is gonna be notable Beatles song titles. Are you ready?
Okay.
Notable Beatles
God.
song titles. 20 seconds on the clock starts now.
Revolution, Help, Get Back, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And now I'm just completely blanking.
10 seconds.
Can't Buy Me Love. You know what? I'm going to do for the first time ever, I'm just going to concede because the other guy's going to name 40.
You don't know that. 2 seconds. All right.
Come back in. It's like it's not even going to be close. It's Beatles songs.
Fletcher basically
Beatles
threw
titles.
in the towel.
What?
Yeah, I got like 6 and then just gave up.
You only got 5, bud.
Oh, 5? I got
notable Beatles song titles.
Okay.
So give me you're grinning already.
Yeah, it's like
just song titles by the Beatles. That's it.
Well,
Yes.
So it's like obviously I know more than 5.
Okay.
But it was just one of those things where you got in my head because it's like you're going to have 40 of them. Let's see if you can set a new record. That's what I want to see.
Oh man, I don't know if I can count 40 of them in 20 seconds.
I'm going to count because I can listen, so I'm going to count.
We'll give it a whirl.
Man. Let me see you get 20.
3,
One a second.
2, 1, go.
A Hard Day's Night, Help, She Loves You, Can't Buy Me Love, If I Fell, Something, Here Comes the Sun, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Magical Mystery Tour, I Want to Tell You, Got to Get You Into My Life, Tomorrow Never Knows, She Said, Rain, Paperback Writer.
15. 15's good. See, it's just
see, if you had told me you had 30, I would have been thinking quickly. I knew going in it was a milk run, so I couldn't get too fired up about it.
I wanted to see you get a record.
Nah. I can do that thing where you just play the first note of a Beatles song. I'll tell you what it is. That whole, less than 1 second of every song. Every time I see people doing that, I'm like, yeah, this is easy. What's
the producer trick, the one where you don't trust a producer unless he can name a Beatles song in half a second.
If that's what they call it, I call it the I didn't have a lot of friends in 4th grade trick. That's me.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. All right, joining us on the horn, Sam Ekstrom, host and executive producer with the Locked On Sports Minnesota Podcast Network. Sam, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. What'd you do for your bye week?
It's sometimes hard to remember. I announced hockey. The side gig, it takes me into a lot of college hockey arenas, and I got to be in Grand Forks at Ralph Engelstad over the weekend for St. Thomas and UND.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun. That place is amazing.
Oh, that's
Very
awesome.
cool.
That's one of the best hockey arenas of any level on the planet.
Beautiful.
No question.
Dig that. All right. Now back to the doldrums of the NFL season. No, I'm looking forward to this week. We're going to get a lot of questions answered. And I guess the first one, we'll probably find out today, correct? Who's our starting quarterback?
Yeah, I don't know if we will find out today. I think Kevin O'Connell's been about as evasive as he's ever been with this week's decision. He rambled on Monday for minutes on end without really giving an answer about how they were both going to practice, and they were going to see how they both look. And, of course, Carson Wentz is coming off a shoulder injury. He's got a left shoulder issue. And J.J. McCarthy is still rehabbing from this ankle. And I've never heard him so non-committal. And I'm not sure that today's practice report will tell us the answer either. I'm expecting Friday at the earliest that we get an answer on this quarterback. If it's even Friday, and maybe it comes all the way down to Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Wow. From what you're hearing, is his mobility back? I mean, is he moving around okay?
This is kind of a mystery that maybe we will get some clarity on today with the practice report. Is he limited? Is he full? What do the reporters see when he's on the field? This is what's curious about the whole thing. Is that with today's injury reserve rules, if you go on IR, you're out 4 weeks. Yeah. Well, they didn't put J.J. McCarthy on IR, which insinuates it was a shorter-term injury. Yep. So if he's eligible, this would be the 5th week since his injury. So if he's not playing on Sunday, that almost tells you that it's either he's healing slower than they thought, or it's performance-based, and they think Carson Wentz gives them a better chance to win. I think it would have made a lot more sense for them to just put him on IR and silence a lot of these questions, because that would just make him ineligible. They wouldn't have to wonder about it. Now, because he's not necessarily been given the job, people are like, well, how do you really feel about him? Or is there a setback in the injury? There's a lot more questions because they didn't make that IR move.
Sam, it doesn't do anybody any good to look back and speculate on things that aren't going to happen, but I can't be the only person in town who's spent a little bit of time going, Maybe that franchise tag on Sam Darnold wouldn't have been such a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, you look around the league, it's not just Darnold, it's Daniel Jones, too.
Yeah.
Like the guys that were almost Vikings are playing really, really good football. Darnold looks super comfortable over there. And, yeah, the vibes are better elsewhere than they are in Minnesota. And you see, like, a rookie, Jackson Dart, coming in and kind of lighting New York on fire. Like, there's a lot of good stuff happening at other quarterback positions that you kind of wish was you. But the Vikings are stuck here trying to figure it out. And, the old Darnold franchise tag, that might have been a really good move in hindsight, which is always 20/20.
Certainly is. Let's talk about that offensive line. How are we looking? Seems like they're slowly but surely coming back around to some measure of health.
Right. We don't have solid answers on two of the guys. And I if they go 2 for 2 this week, if they get Brian O'Neill with that sprained MCL, which again I think is minor, and Donovan Jackson with the wrist, which they say was also short term, those two guys come back, then you've got 4 out of 5. You're not going to have your center, Ryan Kelly. He's on IR with multiple concussions this year.
Yep.
But if you have 80% of your offensive line, I think you'd take it. I think you'd be happy with that. If you don't have O'Neill, who's probably the less likely of the two to be in there, then you still kind of feel like you're patching it together a bit. You've still got Justin School filling in, and we want less of School, more of anyone else. He's been the weak link for sure this year on the line.
Sam Ekstrom's with us on Gorman in the Morning on Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Let's talk about Brian Flores' defense. Blake Cashman back on the field this week. Van Ginkel isn't too far behind. And the Eagles really stuttering on offense the last couple weeks. This game isn't as terrifying as I would have thought it would be a month ago.
Right. When the Vikings played their last game, I want to say the Eagles were still undefeated.
Yeah,
they were 4-0. In the sense they've lost 2 games and they're reeling, and they've got kind of an argumentative nature to that locker room in general. And, hey, they won the Super Bowl through it last year, so clearly they can persevere through these things. But the big difference this year is they can't run the football. And it's not totally unexpected that a guy would regress off a historic season like Saquon Barkley had. But he's been really, really inefficient. He hasn't been able to crack 3.5 yards a carry. Just an odd regression in their run game, which makes them a lot more vulnerable. When they can't run the ball that well, Jalen Hurts is not the best passer of the football in the league. They kind of rely on their defense and their run game and kind of remove the responsibility on Jalen. And it's all been out of whack for them this year. So if you get Cashman back, that'll help a lot. I still fear the run game in Philadelphia. I fear a big breakthrough for them if they really recommit themselves to it and decide they're going to run it 30 times for 200 yards. That scares me, especially the way the Vikings have defended the run. So get Cashman back, hopefully Van Ginkel back, and Harrison Smith playing a few more snaps. A lot of little things could help you in the run game for sure.
Sam, any franchise looking for long-term success, you've got to have the big pillars have to be in sync. Owner, GM, head coach, and one thing about the Vikings seems like they've had that together. Is there any sense that with all this quarterback stuff, and like we talked about Sam, it was an option last year, maybe keep him. Behind the scenes, is there any whispers about things kind of falling apart, or does it seem like the ownership and the GM and the coach, everybody's still on the same page around here?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think that to have the approach the Vikings have taken, you have to have a little bit of patience. You have to know that a 22-year-old quarterback might not be ready-made and could take a couple of years. But I think that they've created these kind of short windows where they're ready to win with McCarthy in these 2 years if he's the guy. And if he's not the guy, they'll have the financial flexibility to try something else in a couple of years. The big thing is, Steve, they extended Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and Kevin O'Connell to pretty hefty contracts this offseason. I know that GMs and coaches get fired all the time, but I think there's a commitment level there because of the belief they have in them. They were able to win these last 3 years with maybe not the best salary cap situation, not the best roster. And now that they have kind of those things at their disposal, they've been able to build this team the way they want. I think they're going to get a couple of years, so I don't think we're close to any whispers of things falling apart. But if your bet on quarterback doesn't work out, that will expedite the problems very fast. Yep. So if J.J. McCarthy is a bust, then suddenly they're scrambling, and that could result in some consternation from the guys up top.
All right, Sam, we've got a lot of questions that we won't have the answers to until Sunday when we see it all play out. That said, the impossible question, what do you think is going to happen? Give us your thoughts on the game and a prediction.
Yeah, you wish you were catching Philadelphia on a little less rest. I mean, they had a Thursday night game, and they kind of got a mini bye week as well, just like the Vikings did. So both teams are going to be rested. Both teams may be a little more prepared, a little healthier. It's going to be a great atmosphere. And you got Carson Wentz against his former team. I think that they've got the Eagles at the perfect time. I think this is exactly when you want to play them, when they are kind of falling apart a little bit themselves. And that's not to say Philadelphia couldn't end up being a fantastic playoff team by the end of the year, but this is when you want them. I think the Vikings eke out a win, and Carson Wentz earns himself at least one more start. I think that if Carson Wentz wins this game, then you absolutely have to play him against L.A. the next week, and then who knows? Who knows who stays your starter from that point on? But I'm leaning Wentz at QB, and I think Wentz gets it done against his former team, 25-24, the same score the Bears won by on Monday night.
I was going to say, that rings a bell. Yeah, that's right. All right. I like that pick, Sam Ekstrom. We'll be back next week to discuss and look ahead to the Chargers. Thanks, brother.
All right. Appreciate it.
You got it. 25-24.
He loves his oddball numbers.
He certainly does.
How are we going to get to 25?
Oh, it's just any number of ways.
It's certainly doable. It makes me chuckle when he gives us the random numbers.
I'd like to think we get to 25 the old-fashioned way. 3 touchdowns and 2 safeties.
Yeah, the old-fashioned way. The way we always have done it.
Exactly right. The first ever Excelsior Comedy Festival is this Saturday at Excelsior Brewing Company. 4 shows and 16 comics. That includes the headliners, Ahmad Khalaf, Maggie Ferris, and Chris Maddock. This event is free.
Oh, hell
Capital
yeah.
F-R-E-E.
Yep.
Comedy starts at 2 p.m., sponsored by Gorman in the Morning and 92 KQRS. Get out there to Excelsior and have a good time.
The only thing better than comedy is free comedy.
That's very true. That's true. It's one of the few times in life when you can say you don't get what you pay for. You get a lot more.
Gorman in the Morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92 KQRS.
It is autumn. After all, a lot of pumpkins out there.
Damn
Seeing lots of pumpkins everywhere I look. A gentleman in California, an engineer named Brandon Dawson, brought home the big cheese. He won a pumpkin contest by growing a very, very large specimen. How about 2,346 pounds?
Ooh.
I was in this position last year, but I lost by 6 pounds. This year was able to take the win, and that's really what the goal was this year, was to win one of the best, if not the best, pumpkin weigh-offs in the world. I work at Rivian as an engineer in manufacturing engineering, so I work on electric vehicles as my day job and grow pumpkins as a hobby.
Fancy cars by day, pumpkins by night.
I like it, man. That nobody would ever suspect Bruce Wayne of being Batman.
That's right.
That's amazing. Tomorrow on the show, speaking of which, a champion pumpkin grower from these parts, Travis
Ginger. Yeah.
Is going to be with us at about this time tomorrow.
I was messaging with him and asking him, this Half Moon Bay one is the super famous World Pumpkin Weigh-Off thing, asking if he was going to be in it. And he messaged me back and said, no, he wasn't able to enter due to something he called a pinhole in his pumpkin. And then I saw pictures on the news last night of what happened to his pumpkin. It's like something out of a horror movie. Like the whole thing has exploded everywhere. It was just like cracked open and guts all over the place.
Oh, it's like a whale on a beach in Oregon.
Yes,
exactly.
It's
terrible.
That is.
Damn gas is building up like that.
I've had a chance to talk to him once before. He's a ton of fun, though. He's got a lot of personality, so that'll be fun.
That'll be good tomorrow. Let's see what else we got to talk about. This is kind of cool. Ready for this?
No.
Sure.
You can join 92 KQRS for the ultimate Paul McCartney pre-party.
Oh, that's us.
We're going to be rocking the Vikings Longhouse on the Plaza at U.S. Bank Stadium Friday, starting at 4 p.m. Giveaways, music, and your general McCartney mania. See you before the show. Come on, man.
Yeah, and since Jade plans her show way further in advance than we do, I happen to know that Friday night, Breaking KQ is going to be featuring a bunch of Paul McCartney and Beatles-type tunes.
Makes sense.
So,
that makes perfect
really
sense.
Get the soundtrack going.
Yeah, that checks out.
Pretty awesome. I'm digging that. Here is your last word for the day.
All right.
1936 Berlin Olympics, very famously hosted by Adolf Hitler.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
He basically wanted to prove Aryan supremacy to the whole world, and then Ohio State Buckeye Jesse Owens kind of upset the apple cart. He won gold and set world records in the 100 and 200-meter races, right?
Yep.
Nice work.
And we all know Adolf was not digging that.
Whatever.
Then came the long jump. You get 3 cracks at it. Jesse Owens fouled his first 2 tries.
Okay.
One more, and he'd be disqualified. His competitor, the world record holder and German giant blonde-haired Aryan wonder boy, Luz Long, came over and said, speaking English, "Hey, man, you know what you can do? Move your mark back just a little bit, and it'll guarantee that you don't foul." And Jesse said, "Hey, thanks, man." And it worked. Jesse Owens' third jump beat the world record held by the man who just told him how not to disqualify himself.
Right.
And he won gold. Long was the first person to congratulate him on the field. His German competitor. After the Olympics, Jesse flew home to the States.
Yeah.
Lutz Long, like so many Germans of his generation, drafted into the German army when World War II broke out.
Sure.
They were writing letters back and forth. They stayed friends.
Wow, that's cool.
In 1943 in Sicily, Long wrote this to Jesse Owens. This is what the letter said. "My heart tells me this is perhaps the last letter of my life. If it is so, I ask you to do one thing. When this war is over, go to Germany, find my son, and tell him about his father. Tell him his father was not a coward, that he stood by his beliefs. Show him what is right, Jesse. Show him the path to a life lived with integrity." By the time Jesse Owens got that letter, Long had already been killed in battle.
Oh, no.
Wow.
After the war, Jesse Owens went to Germany, found Carl Long, the boy, and told him all about his dad, told him what a great man he'd been, and said, "You can melt down all my medals. They would not be worth the 24-karat friendship I made with your father."
Very cool.
And years after that, when Carl Long was married, Jesse Owens was his best man.
Oh, no way.
It just makes me want to cry.
Hell yeah.
How about that?
Very cool.
How about that?
Holy moly.
So suck it, Adolf Hitler.
Right?
Yeah.
How about that?
Goodness.
It's a hell of a story right there.
That is unbelievable.
And the best part of it is, it's real.
Yeah.
That's the best part of that story.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.